In 1932, a man named J.W. Paris jumped from a New York skyscraper with a black diamond somewhere in his affairs. Within a decade, two Russian princesses connected to the same stone would also be dead by their own hand. That is either an extraordinary coincidence, or the diamond was never really finished with the people who owned it. Let's talk about the stone itself, because even without the body count, it's a strange one. The Black Orlov weighs in at 67.50 carats today, a deep gunmetal grey black that doesn't so much sparkle as absorb light, which is a fairly ominous quality for a piece of jewelry to have. The legend, and I'll stress legend because the paperwork on this part is thin, claims the diamond began life as one of two matching stones set into the eye sockets of a statue of the Hindu god Brahma, somewhere near Pondicherry. According to the story, a monk stole it. Somewhere along the way, the diamond apparently acquired the nickname the Eye of Brahma. And if you've ever noticed that cursed object stories love a stolen eye, you're not wrong. It's practically a genre convention at this point. Whether or not that origin is true, the diamond's documented history picks up properly in early 20th century Russia, where it acquired its current name, Orlov, supposedly linked to Princess Nadia Vyegin Orlov. Some accounts also tie it to Princess Nadia's history in ways that get genuinely difficult to untangle, because the diamond trade of that era was not exactly rigorous about record keeping. What we do know is this. In 1932, a French diamond dealer named J.W. Paris brought the stone, or a stone very like it, to New York. Shortly after, he leapt from a building. No note, no clean explanation, just a successful, well-traveled man who ended his life not long after handling a diamond people already whispered was unlucky. I want to be careful here, because suicide is never actually about a rock, no matter how dramatically lit that rock is in a museum case. But history has a way of collecting these threads whether we like it or not, and this diamond kept collecting them. The story continues with Princess Nadia herself. Reports link her to the stone's ownership, and reports also say she died by suicide, jumping from a building in Rome. Then there's Princess Leonila Galitzine Bariatinsky, another owner in the diamond's tangled chain of custody, who allegedly met the same fate, the same method, the same finality. 3 owners, 3 falls. If you're keeping score, that's not a pattern you'd want attached to anything you own, let alone something you're supposed to wear to dinner parties. Naturally, the diamond earned itself a name for this: the Curse of the Black Orlov, sometimes shortened to the Curse of the 3 Suicides. And naturally, once a name like that exists, everyone wants to be the person who finally proves it wrong. That person was Denis Petemezas, a New York diamond dealer who bought the stone in the 1950s. He apparently didn't love the cloud hanging over it, because in 1969, he had the Black Orlov cut into 3 smaller stones. The idea, as it's often told, was to break the curse by breaking the diamond, scatter the bad luck across pieces small enough that it couldn't concentrate anywhere. After the cut, the largest remaining piece, the one still called the Black Orlov today, has passed through auctions and private collections without, as far as public record shows, taking anyone else down with it. It was displayed at the Natural History Museum in New York, sold at Christie's in 1990, and later set into a diamond necklace, changing hands quietly and, so far, without incident. So does that settle it? Cut the curse, break the pattern, problem solved. Convenient, tidy, and exactly the kind of ending real history almost never gives you. Skeptics will point out reasonably that the three suicides story is difficult to verify with hard documentation. Dates get fuzzy, princesses get conflated, and it's entirely possible some of this was embellished by dealers who understood correctly that a cursed diamond sells better than a merely rare one. Mystery moves merchandise, and nothing moves merchandise like a body count. But here's the part that keeps me up a bit later than I'd like to admit. Even if the legend was polished for showmanship, J.W. Paris was a real person who really died shortly after really handling this stone. That part isn't folklore. That part is a death certificate. Maybe it's coincidence stacked on coincidence, dressed up by jewelers with a flair for storytelling. Maybe grief and fortune just happened to intersect 3 times around one unlucky object, the way it does, statistically, with any object handled by enough desperate people. Or maybe some things really do carry weight beyond their carat count, and we just prefer the coincidence explanation because the alternative is worse. The Black Orlov sits in a collection now, cut smaller, quieter, behaved. But somewhere out there are 2 other stones cut from the same original diamond, sold off, scattered, untraceable, and nobody's quite sure where they ended up or whose hands they're sitting in right now.